Welcome to this channel, my dialogues and interpretations. Today we'll explore the topic, the age-old topic, masculine and the feminine. Can there be a true equality between? Which is more important? And this is not only an age-old question, but it's also a question with an answer in it. But still we are searching for an answer. There is no need of a sermon on Bound, or a complicated treatise or manipulative research work to know its answer. We all know the answer. Even an LKG kid knows the answer. You ask him, who is more important to you, father or mother? He will tell you, both my father and mother are equally important to me. Yes, both man and woman are needed in this beautiful world. No more debate. But still, this nagging question persists with the human mind, especially with the feminine mind. This question still persists, which perhaps is influenced by many reasons. One predominant reason may be the personal experiences that the feminine mind encountered in connection with their husbands, or perhaps in connection with their boyfriends, or her own father, perhaps, or by any other name that you describe. The whole question of gender equality, the whole world is shouting for gender equality. And now we are discussing whether that equality is possible or not. The whole question of gender equality comes in only due to this kind of man-woman bond. Man-woman bond exists in different shapes and forms, definitely. And out of this conflict between man and woman comes this question of gender equality, not any otherwise. So let us see this question from a new angle. If two men stay together, I said, okay, how many problems there can be? A lot of, you will say. If two women stay together, will there be any problem? I don't know much. But I guess there are innumerable problems waiting. It is just like that. The whole cry for gender equality comes from homes, from domestic issues, especially springing out of man-woman bond. Do you agree? If two human individuals stay together, there can be a problem. What about two bonding together for a lifetime? There is bound to be a problem. Workplace problems may be just minimal, because gens as a matter of fact would behave. It's better to say they would behave. In some rare cases where there is male domination, problems may creep in. Against that context, let me begin my presentation. Actually, both genders are complementary. Complementary means both require the presence of the other. Like refill and pen, a simple beautiful analogy. Like refill and pen, or like ink and refill, to be precise. Both are complementary. You cannot say one is more than the other. One is more important than the other. Only idiots will say ink is more important than the pen, or vice versa. Or it's just like saying rail is more important than the train, or train is more important than the rail. Masculinity is associated with certain amount of strength, vigor, skill, aggression and domination. While femininity is all about beauty, love, compassion, patience, tolerance, receptivity, acceptance and quite a lot more things. Difficult to agree? Then take a minute to agree, that's all. The effort here is not to extol the feminine to the skies, though it may seem so. Now, can we say strength and courage are more important than beauty and love? If it's debatable, do express your opinion in the comment box. Definitely, I think it is beauty and love which is all the more important than even the strength and courage. Strength may have a role, but definitely not more than love, at least, because even the strongest needs love, without which he suffers. This life is mysteriously shaped by this dualism, by these dual forces, these opposite forces like strength and beauty, like courage and love. I dare say women are the only hope of the world. When I say this, none should feel that I am praising women out of some feminist reasons. Not at all. When we use the term women or feminine, we only intend to suggest such qualities like boundless consideration, love, tolerance, patience, peacefulness, etc. Question arises whether man is not capable of this. Yes, man is also capable of these positive qualities, but to a certain extent only. It's not boundless as a woman is capable of. The question here arises is, how many men are capable of love that has a lasting quality as such? How many men are there who are capable of love that a great mother only can hold within her heart? So definitely a person born to be a mother, a woman to be precise, has certain superior strength and capability in love and understanding than the strength of mere brutal aggression and invasion. See the Russian invasion on Ukraine? This is a masculine contribution for sure. Does anybody want aggression to be the dominant feature of our life on earth? The question is this: which is to be considered more powerful and influential? A piece of rock or a beautiful flower? If we believe that we are in a civilized world, we are the set of refined human beings, our answer should be yes, a flower is more powerful with its delicacy and intrinsic qualities than a piece of rock. A flower represents sensitivity and beauty. It represents feelings and spiritual side of this living on earth. So when we describe women, let us describe her as a synonym of all that is positive, like loving, receptive, accommodative, graceful, sagacious, intuitive. Since her brain is not as impulsive as that of a man, let us describe those 916 qualities. Okay, I am not being partial here, just stating a few facts. What about her masculine counterpart? He is strong, he can enforce change, he is bound to be a bit aggressive, he can foresee the future and can have a relaxation of memory. He is somewhat independent and courageous, rather adventurous. Can you imagine a world where people are not at all adventurous? Risk-taking is very much part of life. There may be situations where one needs to be courageous enough to jump into a well. There may be situations which demand man to take action, to protect the country, to take up the weapon, to run into the fire. Now compare, who is superior, man or woman? Yes, both have got certain strength and certain weaknesses even in real life situations. That's why both feminine and the masculine are made to be together, so that a sense of completeness is achieved. Each in itself is incomplete, but when both come together, as they are complementary, they make the life complete. People keep shouting and crave for equality. It's a very, very funny situation where we find people shouting for equality. The most significant fact to be noticed is both men and women are not made to be equal, each being superior at least an inch in some aspect or other than their counterpart. Can a woman build her body up to meet the superior strength of a man? These days, many women try that out. Still, it's a painful distortion of body and spirit. We can easily understand that. Can a man be programmed to be more loving and considerate and patient in all his life situations? Impossible. Even men will agree to what I say. Yes, they cannot be programmed. They cannot be trained to be more loving than they are capable of. So who is superior? Who is inferior? Stop this forever. No one is inferior. No one is superior. Also, we can say they are superior and inferior when viewed from a realistic angle in some aspects or other. Perhaps this complementary nature of masculine and the feminine neutralizes all inequalities. Let us appreciate the design of nature or God. Everything is so finely tuned and crafted in this creation. If inequality or injustice ever existed, it is because women were at a disadvantage. She easily submitted with her love, patience, and inner strength. But man didn't see the brighter aspect of her surrender. He tried to be aggressive and dominant and forgot the motherly contribution in his life. That's all. This was yet another historical mistake. Let us not repeat it. If inequality still persists, it is because some people are reluctant to live the old patterns of thought and are maladjusted with the new age thoughts and movements and are still bound by the prejudices of the old masculine feminine thinking. If ever any woman suffered in the past, it is just because of a small weakness on her part, and also due to that thoughtless aggression on her man's part. But by exchanging these qualities, can we hope to achieve anything? So forget all about gender equality or gender superiority. It is absurd to see women acting like men and men doing the role play of women. It will be painfully awkward to see his rudeness borrowed by women. When the rudeness of a man and the aggression of a man is borrowed by women, that's the ugliest thing. And have womanly weakness bestowed upon man, that's also ugly. When women try to prove that they are capable of manliness, it's an ugly distortion of her own inborn gracefulness. It's against all aesthetics. She, on the other hand, should realize her own strength, her own native strength, and be her truest self with all her superior qualities. She's actually far superior to man in her positive qualities. This life itself exists only because of her love and care. If she suddenly starts shouting in the streets like bellows, it definitely defies designs of nature. It definitely defies designs of nature. If aggression and thoughtless rudeness are given to this gentle section of humanity, it will be harmfully toxic or a comedy of errors. It will be more than a freak of nature. So women should not do that. Therefore, let us have no more competitions. Each person can realize his or her true worth and live in a peaceful coexistence. This life we cannot live independently, nor should we live it dependently. We have to and should live interdependently only. This very nature of life is this, that nobody can live independently, nobody should live dependently, but we should live interdependently. That makes the picture complete. We have to and should live it interdependently. Imagine a fruit with a hard outer covering, having the sweetest and the most nourishing kernel within. That gives a true picture of humanity with its duality. Protection, security, safety are all the essential factors in life. At the same time, mere hardness, safety and security with no life or essence within or juice within is utterly useless and fruitless. Masculine can protect, the feminine can flourish. The masculine can create walls and castles, but the feminine can light the lamp within. She can give life to everything. She only can give life to everything. One ancient proverb comes running into our minds. Men make houses and women make homes. And women make homes. Thank you very much.